Did you know that AI can do much more than just generate text and images? In this episode, I'll explore how AI can help generate videos, audio, and even help with programming tasks. Stay tuned until the end as you'll discover a mind-blowing AI tool that can generate prototypes of iPhone apps without needing any programming knowledge. So creating images is something that can be done quite easily now with AI, but generating videos is another thing entirely. So if that's your thing, there are three tools to watch at the moment. The first one is called HeyGen, and it's capable of creating AI avatars and voices. The second one is Runway Gen-2, and the last one is Stable Video Diffusion. So HeyGen is the ability to provide pre-built human avatars. So it's great for explainers and tutorials. It's also multilingual, and they offer the capability to clone oneself, so both the video and the voice. Another one is Runway Gen-2. This one is different in the sense that the goal is to create videos, and you can do that from different kind of prompts. You can write some text. You can also combine text and images, and that would be the prompt for creating the video. You can only use an image if you want. And there is also an image plus video mode, which means you give it an image, you give it a video, and it will combine both to create a new video. They even offer a storyboard option, so you can create mockups, and then from the mockup, it will then create a video based on a text prompt. The last one is Stable Video Diffusion. It's coming from the same people who developed Stable Diffusion, so it's Stability AI. And it's an open source model, but at the moment, it is limited to 5 seconds of video. It is resource intensive. It's something that you can run then locally on a computer. And if you imagine that you have 30 frames per second and 5 seconds of video, it needs to generate 150 images successively that actually match when you play them together. On the audio side of things, there are two main areas: creating speech and generating music. On the speech synthesis side, I want to highlight 4 solutions: Descript, an OpenAI model called Text-to-Speech, the Voices app, and then a service called ElevenLabs. So Descript, I've already mentioned and talked about that in previous episodes. I'm using that to edit the podcast, but it also offers stock AI voices. At the beginning of season 2 and almost up to I would say the middle of season 3, the intro and the outro of the Macpreneur podcast were using the stock AI voice called Dawn. And on top of that, it's possible to clone your own voice. I have the creator plan, and the vocabulary is limited to 1,000 words, meaning that I cannot correct everything with voice cloning. If the words that I try to correct are outside of the vocabulary, Descript will replace the sound by something like gibber. From the Pro plan that is at $30 per month, then it's possible to have unlimited vocabulary for voice cloning. And then OpenAI released a model called TTS for text-to-speech. It's the model that they use when you interact with the voice with ChatGPT, so the mobile application. But it's also possible to invoke that model through the API, provided that you have an API key. Now, having an API key is good, but then you need an application that will interact with the API. And the good news is that the developer of MacWhisper and MacGPT is offering an app called Voices. It requires macOS 13 Ventura or later, and obviously you need to provide your OpenAI API key, but it's a very nice user interface. So you type your text, then you choose among 6 of the available voices, you decide the quality of the audio, and then you can decide the output format. I'm choosing MP3. For the newest Macpreneur intro and outro jingle, I'm using the voice Nova, and I've created actually those intro and outro using the Voices app on my MacBook Pro. It's very quick and very inexpensive. To give you an order of magnitude, the intro and the outro in total, it's roughly 500 characters, and it cost me less than 1 cent. The last service is called ElevenLabs. It's a freemium type of service. It offers text-to-speech with their own stock AI voices. Like Descript, you can do voice cloning. They offer now speech-to-speech. So you give them an audio and they can create another audio, so changing either the voice or the language. They actually have 29 languages that they support. The only downside is that if you want to use that service for commercial use, you need a paid account. On the music generation side, I have selected 2 services, AIVA and Lyria. AIVA, AIVA, is a Luxembourgish startup. Before COVID, I attended an ICT conference, and they were one of the startups that were doing a pitch competition and actually won first prize. It's possible with AIVA to actually compose music, and it's used in the movie industry. So for movies, they can generate scores. And yeah, it's a company that is really at the forefront of AI music generation. And then Google's Deepmind division has released a model called Lyria. And with that model, they offer 2 solutions. One solution is called Dream Track, and it can be used to accompany shorts, YouTube shorts. It's a text-to-music generation tool, and you can select the style of popular artists who have licensed their voice to Google. And then the other one is called Music AI Tools for YouTube. It's a set of tools for musicians. It can, for instance, convert a hummed melody into a saxophone, or you can transform beatboxing into a drum loop. So it's help for musicians to quickly compose music. On the coding side, there are 3 services to watch for. The first one is GitHub Copilot, the second one Screenshot to Code, and the third one is Trace AI. So GitHub Copilot is for programmers who use GitHub as their repository for their source code. It can do code completion, code review. It can also create documentation, unit testing. So if you are a developer and you have never used Copilot, I can only encourage you to check it out. And then Screenshot to Code. This is a terrific app that converts a screenshot of an existing website, and then from the screenshot, it will recreate the HTML code, the CSS, but it's also compatible with React and Bootstrap. And basically, it's using now the latest GPT-4 vision model to actually understand what it sees in the screenshot and then generates the code. And it's using also DALL-E 3 to generate images if the website had images. And now you can even enter a URL. You don't need a screenshot at all. You just enter the URL and it will clone the website that is behind the URL. So the last one is Trace AI. It's a way to quickly convert ideas from text to an iOS application using Swift UI. This application allows to export an Xcode project, and you can even run a test version directly on your iPhone. With Trace AI, I've been able to create a prototype of an iOS app that I had in mind, and I was able to do that in roughly 2 hours, and I have absolutely no training on Swift UI. It's not perfect yet. At one point, the code didn't work, so I was still able to go into the code, and because I know a little bit of programming, even though I don't know Swift UI, I know the basics of programming, I was able to spot the mistake. There was a parenthesis missing somewhere, so I just typed the parenthesis and then the application ran inside the browser. To recap, I've explored a bunch of AI tools that can help generate videos, speech, and music, as well as help programmers and non-programmers alike to turn their ideas in websites and applications. If you found this episode useful, I'd be super grateful if you could share it. And if you do that on Instagram, you can tag me. My handle is @MacpreneurFM. In the next episode, I will explore 3 trends that I believe will make AI even more useful and relevant than it has been in 2023. So that's it for today. If you haven't done it yet, visit macpreneur.com/AI to grab your own copy of the Top 10 AI Tools cheat sheet. This PDF will give you the edge that you need to boost your solo business in this fast-pacing world. Once again, it's macpreneur.com/AI. And until next time, I'm Damien Schreurs, wishing you a great day.
Thank you for watching the Macpreneur podcast. If you've enjoyed the show, please leave a comment and share it with a friend right now.